Rusty didn't get off a 2 at all that time. Here comes Gordon, right up against the back bumper. Everybody in the crowd on their feet.
And
3 laps to go.
The slow of the traffic, I think, caused that right there.
Here comes Gordon, right up to the bumper again.
Did you hear that wheel spin, Benny?
Yeah, I did hear that wheel spin.
The bump and run.
There it is.
Gordon underneath to the lead. 2 laps to go. Can Rusty come back?
Jeff better hope not.
31 races since Jeff Gordon has been to victory lane. The much publicized dry spell could come to a close in 1 more lap around the Bristol half mile. Dominated the opening part of the race, got caught back in traffic after a late pit stop, but the bump and run is going to get Jeff Gordon the checkered flag at the end of the winless streak. Gordon wins the Sharpie 500 at Bristol.
Here's a discussion about the bump and run.
We've seen this before between these two.
Man, I've tried real hard, and they get nailed in the rear end in the last lap and turned sideways. I didn't expect it. He just got to me where he could hit me. I was trying desperately to knock the out of him. I just couldn't catch him.
You know, I just wanted it really bad. I just wanted to take advantage of an opportunity. These guys gave me such an awesome race car, great pit stops all day, all night long, and you know, they deserve a win. We don't deserve to be written about our losing streak, so thank God that's over. I feel like this is the first time I've ever won.
How about the pass of Rusty, Jeff?
Yeah, you know, he got bottled up in some traffic, and I knew if I could get to him, you know, I could make a move, and he got real loose, shut the door on me, and once he shut the door on me, I said, all right, you know, fair game right there. So, you know, I got into him a little bit. He got loose, and I hope he'll understand tomorrow.
You're thrown around that place so fast. You're in the throttle so hard, and you're on the brakes. Tires are spinning, the car's sideways, you're heading to the wall. Every lap is total focus and concentration. We all know it's one of the most awesome night events that we go. If you're worried about every time you come up on a guy or a guy comes up on you, that you guys are going to battle it out and possibly end up in the wall, you know, that's not, in my mind, what racing is all about.
Pole sitter Jeff Gordon has 4 wins here, but never at night. How about tonight, Marty? Well, conventional wisdom in the garage area this morning said that he was the man to beat. Did you wake up this morning feeling racing and feeling like you could win this thing, Jeff?
Yeah, it's been awesome this weekend to come and have smiles on our faces, have something, you know, really positive to work on. And I've been saying for a while, you know, we got to qualify better, and we finally did, got this thing on the pole, and got a heck of a race car and a heck of a race team. So we hope we can capitalize on it.
There wouldn't be a party if you won, would there?
Sure, why not? In Victory Lane. I've never been to this Victory Lane. We'll have a heck of a party if we get over there tonight.
There you go. He is the pole sitter, as you said, Bill, and he hasn't led a lap in the last 6 races. Probably will happen tonight, Dave.
Budweiser, the official beer of NASCAR, is proud to sponsor the Bud Pole Award given to the fastest qualifier at each NASCAR Winston Cup race, Jeff Gordon. Fastest qualifier for a 2nd straight Bristol race here, his 42nd career Bud Pole Award since 1979. Anheuser-Busch has awarded more than $7 million as title sponsor of NASCAR's Pole Award program. Here we go, Walmart starting grid for tonight's Sharpie 500 alongside Jeff Gordon, looking for that elusive first win this year. Dale Earnhardt Jr. led 181 laps in finishing 4th here in the March.
You don't want to get stuck in the outside. You can just lose so many positions if you get hung out on that outside lane.
Junior's going to try. I think he's going to drive down in 1 on the outside of Jeff Gordon. If he can get a bite, he'll try to take the lead. But as soon as he finds out he can't, he'll be hunting a hole.
But he's got a friend in that 3rd spot right there, and that's his teammate, Michael Waltrip. And Michael may just give him a break and let him down there.
Turns banked more steeply than Daytona or Talladega on a half-mile track. It produces action that makes this NASCAR's toughest ticket. 147,000 are here tonight at Bristol Motor Speedway to see the Sharpie 500. They're all on their feet now. Jeff Gordon about to lead the field down for the start. Glad you're with us on TNT. Here we go.
To get out of Rusty Wallace's way, because it was obvious that Rusty and Steve in those cars were faster than he was.
There might have been a knock on the back bumper there, too. Someone not back half of the field pitted under the caution. We didn't see the stops, but from 21st place Bobby Hamilton to the end of the line came in the front half of the grid, stayed out.
What, Jeff is going to get caught in between a bunch of lap-down cars here.
They car on the outside, the white car is Derek Coate, the 49. He's a lap down to the leaders.
And you've got Steve Park and Robbie Gordon right ahead of him.
Well, so far we've had how many cautions? Four cautions?
We're winning this deal so far, BP.
And we've had 0 lead changes. It's 4-0 right now, right, Wally?
It's 4-0.
Adler is behind the wall. Todd Bodine is also behind the wall after his 2 crashes. And his brother Brett is back on the racetrack after losing 17 laps when his brakes were locking up. They had to go and get some repairs.
Looks like Jeff Gordon is trying to get by Rusty Wallace up between 1 and 2. As Rusty moved up to get by on the outside of Steve Park, looked like Jeff Gordon looked on the inside. Now all of a sudden Rusty Wallace is going back to the bottom.
Yeah, that's the safe place to be.
Kurt Busch is closed on them. The 4th place car. Ward Burton's coming up from behind in 5th.
Now, if Rusty can get up to that 1 car, he'll use the bumper. Here comes Jeff Gordon taking a look, but he's going to have to get even lower than that.
There's only one problem.
You can't. That's what I'm saying. You got to get lower, but you can't.
But all of a sudden, Rusty seems to have lost some of his speed.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, he was up trying to pass Steve Park on the outside like there's not going to be a problem. And he can't catch Steve Park right now. Marty, what's going on down the Rusty Wallace pit?
Well, he hadn't said much on the radio. In fact, a minute ago, he was bragging, or not bragging, he was saying to his team, if I can just get to Dale Earnhardt Jr., I think I can pass him and set sail. But right now, it does look like his car's a little too tight, Vinny, because it's washing up the racetrack. Rusty likes to run the low line here. That's what they worked on in the test. He just can't keep it down there as Jeff Gordon just went around him.
And BP, that's all it takes. 1 bobble off the turn, and
Jeff Gordon has gotten away from Rusty now, put 3-lap cars between himself and that Blue Deuce. Jeff Gordon makes a bid for the lead on Dale Earnhardt Jr., and he's got it.
Going in turn 1, he saw the opening, he jumped in there, and now all of a sudden, Junior can't keep the car on the bottom of the racetrack.
So Jeff Gordon retakes the top spot after Dale Earnhardt Jr. led the first 130 laps of this thing, even though Gordon started on pole. Let's check our Napa Field summary.
Oh, a little bit of bump there from Jeff Gordon and Mike Wallace in the 14 car.
that's the chrome horn.
5 cautions, nobody out of the race yet. If they can stretch that fuel in. Can we see some guys run 170 before they have to pit?
I don't know that we can see 170. They probably will. They might try 150 the first stop, maybe even 160, but not. I don't think any more than that. Which is coming fast.
Yeah.
Marty, what is it?
Before we'll see any of these guys have to pit under green, Jeff Gordon out in front of Dale Earnhardt Jr. now, and he's the one trying to bulldoze his way up through the lap traffic. Gordon leads. You're watching NASCAR on TNT.
Jeff Gordon and Dale Earnhardt Jr. come down pit road. Gordon is your leader. He started tight. The car came to him. He liked how it felt at the end. It was a little free off of the corner, though. They're going to take 1 round of wedge out of that car. They have never won here at night as Jeff Gordon, and behind him, Dale Earnhardt Jr. The car a little too loose as well for him off of the corner. He said make a very small adjustment, Tony. That was to his crew chief, Tony Erie Sr. Gordon's left side tire is going on. A little trouble in the left front for Gordon, but he will win the race on pit road.
Before they had to go pick their pit spots yesterday, Jimmy Spencer's out second. He went in 8th.
And watch this. There we see Spencer coming down and barely is beaten by the 24 car of Jeff Gordon.
It's Waltrip and Park. Jeff Gordon leads. Jimmy Spencer in 8th, out second. Dale Earnhardt Jr., Rusty Wallace, Bobby the Body, the top 5. Now the old saying, cautions breed cautions, comes into play.
Yeah, you get cars running side by side at this speed.
Flags. We've had 2 leaders, 2 lead changes, but 7
Corey, we better go back racing.
Let's do that
Quickly.
before somebody gets in trouble.
Okie dokie. Skinner had a good start there. I thought he was going to land there, but
Mike is 3 laps down, 36th place in that Kodak car.
this just kills the guys back here running side by side. You got Jeff Gordon and Jimmy Spencer.
Jeff Gordon leads, Jimmy Spencer second, Rusty Wallace third. They've cleared the lap traffic. Coming up on 200 laps of the Sharpie 500 at Bristol. A lot of cautions in the early going, then a lot of green flag racing. Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Jeff Gordon have been the only 2 leaders. It's still Jeff Gordon leading, Jimmy Spencer second.
Jeff Gordon, the leader up there, trying his best to get by John Andretti, and Junior closed in right on the back bumper.
But Gordon had to get out of the gas off turn 2. He kind of ran up on John, and that was all the opening Junior needed to close the gap entirely.
Tell you one thing, it brought 147,000 people to their feet.
But Jeff Gordon got through the traffic better than Dale Jr. did there, so that's allowed him to reestablish a lead of about 9/10 of a second. We're coming up on halfway in the Sharpie 500 at Bristol. Jeff Gordon is the leader. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is second. Rusty Wallace third. Bobby Labonte fourth. Ward Burton has just taken fifth from Jimmy Spencer.
And I see a Golden Benny Award winner, Bill Elliott, has gone a lap down.
Yeah. Elliott, Ricky Craven, Joe Nemechek, Jeff Green, and John Andretti all overtaken by the leader here in these last few moments.
And Ryan Newman, the 12 car. And this 12 Alltel car was the fastest in happy hour yesterday. And they did have a full hour of practice. But he's going a lap down.
That's a problem here at a half-mile racetrack. If you get one car that gets hooked up like Jeff Gordon is right now, and you're having just a little trouble, it doesn't take long for that leader to put you a lap down. You know, you thought Elliott was mad before. He's really mad having to drive that car at Bristol now for another 250 laps the way it is.
Oh, Mark Martin. A little bit of a bump from Jeff Gordon. A little bit of chrome horn there.
Whoa! Hang on, Mark. 20th place car. A lap down. Fighting through all that traffic, Dale Jr. is right with Jeff Gordon.
I wonder if Jeff Gordon did any damage to his right front fender on that contact with Mark. Doesn't look like it.
No, it looked pretty clean there.
Hey, come on. This is Bristol. This isn't a place where those fenders are all critical like they would have been in Michigan last week. All right.
They're running 130 miles per hour. Hey, man, look at this. Jimmy Johnson in fifth spot, just 132 points back. But he is a big loser of that group right there, Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah, because he was only 60 points back when the race started.
But almost half the race to run yet. A lot of things can happen.
More heavy traffic for the leaders. Michael Waltrip about to lose a second lap to Jeff Gordon. Okay, now. Loudest racetrack on the circuit. And up front, new leader, Jeff Gordon, took the top spot from Dale Earnhardt Jr. while they were wrestling with Kyle Petty to try and put him a lap down.
Yeah, Junior's trying to do on the outside. He goes up, gets a little bit loose when he goes up the racetrack. Jeff Gordon dove to the inside. Junior's going to try it again. Kyle Petty's going to outrun him, and so does Jeff Gordon on the bottom.
Slickery up there.
You think?
Yeah.
Junior's led 140 laps tonight. Jeff Gordon 129. Only 2 drivers that have paced this thing. 7 caution flags. Came out of lap 7. 18 be good tonight for Ricky Rudd. Dale Jarrett about to get lapped by leader Jeff Gordon. DJ is in 16th place. And here comes Junior to the outside.
He's trying to use these lap cars.
Bobby Labonte quietly sneaking up on him.
Third place and hanging right in there. Mike Skinner headed to the back pits you saw.
It looks like they're pushing Ricky down pit lane, which...
Ricky will join Scott Wimmer, Derek Pope, Elliott Sadler, and Todd Bodine as cars behind the wall.
Ever see this hose blowing some cool air on Dale Jr. as he rides around the racetrack tonight. From that good mountain air, night air.
Some of that engine jump as the car breaks traction. The RPMs.
There's actually a little bump getting off of two. It kind of launches the rear tires off the ground.
Oh,
yikes.
Wow. That was close.
Now we know this 88 car, the UPS car, Jarrett, does not want to go a lap down, so he's going to try to run the bottom of the racetrack, take Jeff Gordon's groove away, and hope that the caution flag comes out before Gordon can get by.
All the proof you need here that in this sport, what you did last week means nothing. Jarrett's about to get lapped, not even at 300 laps in this one. And he's the guy who held the big trophy at the end of last week's race. So Gordon continuing to pressure Dale Jarrett and try and put him a lap down. Gordon and Earnhardt Jr. have both led 140 laps so far. Waving the flags tonight. Normally the starter comes here to Bristol. He expects he's going to get a workout with that yellow flag. We've had some really long green flag runs in this race.
Yes, we have. We've had a lot of caution flags, but they all came right together. In the green flag racing, we've had a couple of good green flag runs.
We've got a lot of guys more than a lap down now, so these restarts are going to be pretty interesting.
14 cars on the lead lap. Johnny Benson just got put down by the leaders before the caution. Now remember that last pit stall on the backstretch. That's the one Jimmy Spencer came in 8th and got out 2nd with last time.
This time Spencer had fallen back to
7th.
The 8th, 7th or 8th spot, so.
Been an amazing run for Bobby Labonte. The car really coming to him, although it is a little off tight on the restarts. Going to make an air pressure adjustment to try and handle that. 4 tires and fuel. Bobby Labonte looking for his first top 10 since Martinsville, Marty.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. a little tight in the middle. They take a half pound out of the right front tire. He's also spinning the tires off of the corners. In front of him, Jeff Gordon tight in the middle. 1 pound out of the right front, and Gordon wins the race off pit road by a bunch.
And in there, Jeff Gordon is out in front of the Sharpie 500 coming up on the lap 300 mark here in Bristol. Here comes leader Jeff Gordon back around to the caution flag. Nobody's going to get a lap back. And
really out of toe. Let's watch what happens here. See the 88? He's just got in the back of but watch the back of his car. See, it's right on the line in that pit box. He's really stopped pretty far back in that pit box. I think that may cause some trouble, Benny.
He's trying to get him some space up front, so if they win the race off pit road, he can drive around the 24 car. But unfortunately stopped so short that I think the 2 car who's pitting behind him. Here we go.
Green, green, green.
Green, green, green. Ward Burton has worked his way up to the 2nd spot in the cat car.
it's Johnny Benson trying to get a lap back from leader Jeff Gordon. Benson in 15th place.
This is where the fuse gets a little bit shorter, BP, on tempers right now, or your patience, I should say. You got to go. You got cars stacked up in front of you. In the meantime, you're looking at the guys that have already cleared the slower traffic, and they're pulling away.
And the first half of the race is fairly easy for these guys.
Oh, I mean,
Jeff Gordon,
he is rolling in the back of him.
He drove down on the apron of the racetrack trying to get by Benson in the 10 car.
Johnny's on the tail end of the lead lap. He doesn't have to give to the leader.
Absolutely. Johnny's doing everything he can to stay on the lead lap, Alan, and he doesn't have to pull over. But in the meantime, Jeff's saying, hey, I got to go. I got these guys right on my tail, so I got to get by him.
So what Benson's hoping for is a caution here that will allow him to get to the stripe ahead of Gordon and make that lost lap up. Meantime, Ward Burton and Rusty Wallace are right behind that 24.
And I mean, Johnny is driving that thing right now for everything it has.
A little desperation there.
Yes, sir.
I started to say, once we get past halfway, then that patience starts wearing thinner and thinner and thinner. That last 50 laps of the race, these guys are not going to give anything. They will really be beaten and banging.
Got to be impressed with the run that Ward Burton has had tonight. Starting in 9th place, up to 2nd. If you talked to Ward early in Friday's practice, he wouldn't have given you anything for his chances to be in this position right now tonight. Oh, trouble, turn 3.
Okay, now let's see.
Jeff Green.
Let's see if Johnny will get his lap back or Jeff will give Johnny his lap back. Yes, he will. Johnny Benson will get his lap back.
On the 30 car is right in the middle of the racetrack, and here comes Kyle Petty right. Oh man, that was close.
And that's the problem right there with racing back to the yellow. One of these days.
And through it all, only 2 drivers have led this race, Jeff Gordon and Dale Earnhardt Jr. Gordon has led 180 laps, Earnhardt Jr. 140.
What an 8th man. Stick the gator in my holder and give me the water, and maybe give me another cup of ice or something. This seat is so hot, it's unbelievable.
These guys racing
Now
back to the
Kyle
yellow.
Petty's going to try to get a lap back. Didn't do it.
Nope. Oh, and look at this.
Kyle ran Jeff all the way up to the wall. He is not happy with that.
He just ran Jeff Gordon clear up to the wall in the middle of 1 and 2. Not happy that the 24 would not let him have a lap back.
And there again, you don't have to. You don't have to let anybody get a lap back if you're in Jeff Gordon's possession. But, you know, like you said earlier, Alan, boy, Kyle made it awfully tough on these guys to get around him. And these drivers don't forget anything that happened tonight.
All right, here's what we see. Kyle Petty almost gets a lap back, but not quite. So when Jeff goes in the corner, Kyle shows up and said, look, Jeff, how about cut me a break? Let me get a lap back. But I agree with you. I don't know when all this giving a lap back came into being anyway.
So, got 15 cars on the lead lap. Kyle is the first one.
Ryan was racing with another car trying to get past him and was struggling to do that. And Jeff Gordon quickly gets by the 45 car of Kyle Petty.
Ryan Newman has taken his car behind the wall. Mark Martin has continued a lap down in 23rd place. Jeff Gordon leads. Now let's talk Jeff Gordon for a minute. He's been out in front for 201 of the 342 laps we've run tonight. Marty?
Yeah, Alan, they're very happy with the car. He was a little upset, as you would imagine, with Kyle Petty. About as animated as Jeff Gordon will ever get on the radio. He said that Kyle was not close enough to him, talking about their little contact earlier when the caution flew to get Kyle back. But he said if he didn't let him get a break on this restart, he would help him out on the next caution. So Jeff a little upset because he thought Kyle was trying to give him a flat left front tire.
Well, I think it was a flat left rear tire. Really, he was trying to cut down Marty.
Kyle definitely drove up the racetrack at Jeff because he wasn't happy with him.
And we'll keep an eye on it. Jeff did get by Kyle pretty quickly on the restart. We'll see if he gets his lap back if the caution comes out again soon. Jeff Gordon, of course, in the midst of that long winless streak. Goes back to the Kansas City race last September 30th. And we talked with Jeff about trying to get off the schneid.
We're working really hard to win races, and if that's a story, you know, that we're not, then, you know, you guys can talk about whatever you want to talk about, but for us, you know.
All right, caution is out. Hut Strickland involved in an accident.
All right,
Jeff Gordon is slowed down. Is Rusty Wallace going to pass him to the caution?
Oh.
All right.
I don't know if Kyle got it or not. It was awfully close.
Well, it wasn't for a lack of Jeff trying to give it back to him.
No, he tried his best.
Rusty Wallace almost threw that gentleman's agreement out the window there. They're checking the photo finish camera to see if Kyle Petty got his lap back or not. Ooh.
Yeah, I think he did. What do you think, BP?
I think so, yes. But Jimmy Johnson did not. And that's another reason that Jeff Gordon was slowing down, I'm sure, was to let the 48 car get a lap back. And that he did not succeed.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Jimmy got it back, but tell him sorry, that 2 car is not wanting him to get it back.
There you go.
Yep. And yeah, he couldn't. I mean, if he would have slowed down any more, the 2 would have passed him.
Because his brakes are not that, Rusty's brakes aren't that good.
Start 12th, 13th, and 14th. And by the way, Kyle Petty did not beat Jeff Gordon back to the line. And NASCAR looked at the photo finish camera, so he is still the first car 1 lap down.
Very frustrated.
Oh, yeah.
And Rusty Wallace is trying to get by Kyle to see if he can go up and catch Jeff Gordon. I just don't quite understand why Jeff Gordon, Rusty Wallace, those guys did not stop. We talked about it on the break, and Marty's saying that they are concerned about tire wear, but they got a lot of drivers out there right now, a lot of cars that are not planning on stopping anymore.
But the guys who are leading have to stop once more.
Oh, yeah, they've got to stop.
24-2.
I mean, they'll
22-8. Those guys are all going to have to stop again. But you got some of these guys in the back, like Kenseth in 9th.
Bobby Labonte in 7th spot.
Labonte in 7th. They're saying they're on the track till the checkered flag waves.
That's right.
I think
This time, are we going to see the 24 car stop here?
yes. No.
Yeah, well, okay.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, wait till he gets there. That's what we like about you,
I'm
Wally.
undecided.
You're so decisive. Here they come.
4 tires, guys, 4 tires.
Kenseth stays out. Bobby Labonte pits.
Wow.
Kenseth stays out.
Well, Bobby had to pit.
Bobby Hamilton stays out. Jimmy Spencer stays out. Harvick and Marlin, who pitted on the last yellow, they both stay out.
Because if these guys all put tires on and he stayed out, he was a sitting duck. There's only, what, 13 cars on the lead lap?
Yep. 129 laps to go for these pit stops, Bill.
Ward Burton comes down pit road, was coming. If the 24 and the 2 came, his car is a little tight. It'll be 4 tires. He said Rusty Wallace got by because he had to run his crew. Bobby Labonte's pitted right behind him, also getting 4 tires and fuel. Marty?
Rusty Wallace on pit road. He said, take the tear off, give me 4 tires and get out of the way because I'm coming off pit road. In front of him, Jeff Gordon is a little tight in the middle. Half
Car. Rusty and Jeff. That'd be the farthest back Gordon's been about all night.
Yeah.
The all-time Bristol caution record BP is 20, and that was done in 2 of the springtime day races.
Oh, okay. I wonder if Jeff Gordon has any damage to his right rear, or if he made any contact at all with those cars spinning. Maybe when he comes around the front stretch, we'll be able to see.
Looks pretty clean.
Oh, looks good.
Yeah.
Right at the very end of the bumper, he has a little bit of tire mark, but I don't think that was some disc crash, so he got by.
That was a big incident for championship standings.
Yeah.
Jimmy Johnson 3rd in points coming in. Mark got Rusty Wallace in 8th. He got off pit road 1st. Jeff Gordon is in 9th. And Tony Stewart is 10th. Followed by Bobby Labonte, Ward Burton, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Mike Wallace, who got back on the lead lap at that last yellow. And Jeff Burton, who continues to hang in there as the last car on the lead lap, despite all the front end damage he got. Ricky Rudd's out of the race. Tony Stewart, we just saw his problems. Jimmy Johnson was in the accident earlier. Jeff Gordon is hanging in there. He's dominated a lot of the race, but he's back in 8th right now after making a later pit stop than these guys that are in. Jeff Gordon has been the dominant driver of this race. He's like 232 laps. Dale Earnhardt.
Jeff Gordon, the 24 car, about to lose a spot to Bobby Labonte. Nope, Labonte got hung up behind. Some contact between Michael Waltrip and Jeff Gordon.
Here comes Gordon. Closing in on Rusty.
50 laps to go. By the way, we have set a record tonight for the number of caution laps in the night race at Bristol. The old record was 106. We've had 118 laps of caution. So inside lane. Jeff Gordon going to try and stay to the inside of Spencer. Jimmy tries to shut the door.
Now Junior's going to try to do the same thing in the 8 car.
Now remember, all these guys are on fresher tires than Jimmy. So maybe this is about the point.
The guys who took fresh tires are starting to rumble toward the front. Rusty Wallace opened the door to the inside of Kurt Busch. Jeff Gordon and Dale Earnhardt Jr. followed him through.
These guys are about 1/10 of a second faster a lap on new tires than the guys that didn't take tires that last time.
And what's really going to affect Kevin Harvick and Matt Kenseth, they're going to start running into traffic.
New race car, the 100th Winston Cup car out of the RCR stable. They're hoping to make a great debut and take it to victory lane.
Here comes Rusty for 2nd.
Oh, he didn't get a very good jump, but he's still there. He's still there, and he's going to take the spot away off turn 2.
And Matt's probably going to lose all 3 of those spots to Jeff Gordon and Earnhardt as well.
And Kenseth is fighting hard in that outside lane, but it's just not going to be enough.
Now, you're on the outside lane with older tires.
Oh, and he gets down in front of Jeff Gordon, but now he has to go up the hill. Just got in the corner a little bit too hard, had to go up the hill. Gordon goes by, but Junior not able to get by.
Rusty's got 20 laps to catch Kevin Harvick and pass him.
Well, he'll catch him, but I don't know about passing him. Kevin's car looks pretty good right now. But there again, Rusty's car is lower in the corners. He can stay right on the bottom, and that's the way you get around a guy. Got to keep working that low side.
Jeff Gordon led 232 laps of this race, Marty. He's in third now, though.
And the car's very good, Alan, but he is running out of time. He doesn't have the track position either. He's going to try to follow Rusty Wallace through on the 29 car if Rusty can get underneath Kevin Harvick, and there he goes for the lead. Rusty Wallace.
Little bump and run there.
Yep, there's the bump off the corner that we talked about early. That's the way you're going to get somebody off the bottom of the racetrack, is give him a little nudge off the corner.
First time tonight, Rusty Wallace has led. 18 laps to go. That pit stop back with 128 to go where his crew got him out ahead of Gordon's could turn out to be the difference in the race.
Could very well be the difference.
But that 24 driver, he's pretty hungry too.
Yeah, sure is. And that car's working real well too.
I remember a couple of years ago of this almost the same situation. And there we see, I saw a lot of smoke that time off the right rear of Rusty's car. But I remember this situation. Rusty Wallace leading. What was it, the white flag lap or coming down to the checkered flag?
It was the last lap.
Going in turn 3, a little bump and run. Jeff Gordon took the victory.
Gordon a little bit quicker that last lap. Remember Jeff saying earlier, I think over the radio, that his car was a little bit better in cleaner air. He's not in clean air now.
No, he's got a blue 2 right in front of him.
Let's check third place.
A lot of space between Junior and Jeff Gordon now, though. About a second and a half.
Rusty Wallace's last win was at the California Speedway in April of 2001. Jeff Gordon's last victory was at the Kansas Speedway in September of 2001. Gordon with 58 career wins, Wallace with 54. And it looks like they're going to decide the victory tonight between them.
The two cars getting through the center and off really, really good. Better than the 24 car right now. Jeff looks like he gets in the corner a little bit better. The lap traffic can screw everything up.
And boy, you're right, Rusty just staying that car right down next to that yellow line in the corner. Looks like that 2-day test that Rusty and his crew did up here really is working for him. Because this is the Rusty Wallace of old at Bristol.
Rusty Wallace has strong ties to the Bristol area. Not only did he get his first NASCAR Winston Cup win here, he got his 50th win here. He's had 9 victories in all. He also owns a series of automobile dealerships in this area. Morristown, Tennessee, not that far from here. He spends a lot of time up in this area doing business.
Take a look at Speed Trap here. Okay. Help me, Benny. I don't understand it.
It's down inside turns 1 and 2. We're waiting for him to come this time.
Okay. Let's watch it. Right here, we'll see speeds from Rusty and Jeff.
It didn't work.
And it didn't work.
It's Bristol. It's a full moon night. 6 to go for this time for Rusty. And the 24 does not appear to have enough to make a charge. But last night, Jimmy Spencer appeared to have that Busch race well in hand. Then a car got bumped and about spun in front of him. He jumped on the brakes, and Scott Wimmer almost caught him and stole that one away. Bill?
Alan, 9 guys in this race that won last year that have not won this year. 3 of those are Burton, Gordon, and Rusty. Those 3 drivers have gone a combined 107 starts without a win. And on the pre-race show, we said that streak could end tonight. Right now, we got a pretty good shot of being right.
And this traffic is going to play a big role right now.
Ooh, Rusty didn't get off a 2 at all that time. Here comes Gordon, right up against the back bumper. Everybody in the crowd on their feet.
And
3 laps to go.
Slow the traffic, I think, caused that right there.
Here comes Gordon, right up to the bumper again.
Did you hear that wheel spin, Benny?
Yeah, I did hear that wheel spin.
The bumper bump and run.
There it is.
Gordon underneath to the lead. 2 laps to go. Can Rusty come back?
Jeff better hope not.
31 races since Jeff Gordon has been to victory lane. The much publicized dry spell could come to a close in one more lap around the Bristol half mile. He dominated the opening part of the race, got caught back in traffic after a late pit stop, but the bump and run is going to get Jeff Gordon the checkered flag at the end of the winless streak. Gordon wins the Sharpie 500 at Bristol.
Here's a discussion about the bump and run.
We've seen this before between these two. For some reason, all of a sudden in those last laps, Rusty Wallace's car wouldn't get off of turn number 2. Jeff Gordon ate the distance up between him and then did what he had to do, frankly, to get the win.
And you know what? Rusty would have done the same thing, I think, if he were in that position.
And the other angle to this is points. You know, Robbie Loomis, Jeff Gordon's crew chief, told me that before he left the Hendrick Motorsports shop to come to this race, he went into the museum and looked at the trophy. Looked at the trophy that you get for winning here at Bristol. He said, I want one of those, and I want it this weekend. Marty?
Well, Robbie, it's been a long time coming for you guys, and you did not give up this entire season or tonight.
I'll tell you what, you know, Jeff Gordon's been through so much, and it's just exciting for this team to win the night race. We've never won it. I mean, I can't say how much it just means. Just, you know, we talked last week, all we need is to get a little momentum. Right there, smoke off it. He loves the night race, baby.
He's going to wreck. He just did. That's a very nice burnout.
We're loving it. Thank you, guys.
Go, all right. This team heads to victory lane for the first time in a long, long time, Alan.
Robbie Loomis told me he would kiss the trophy that you get for winning this race if they picked it up tonight.
Well, he'll get a chance.
We're going to want to see that. Here it is, our Autotrader.com move of the race, the winning pass with less than 3 to go.
I don't think this is going to be Rusty's boat, but
No, I don't think he would. There we see that bump and run.
That was coming to 2 laps to go. Jeff Gordon gets the win. Jeff Gordon is tonight's winner, and Chevy congratulates Jeff and the number 24 Monte Carlo team. Jeff Monte Carlo's reputation on the track is its reputation on the street. More champions depend on Chevy. We'll be there. Bill Weber's in victory lane with Jeff Gordon and company.
You can imagine what this is going to be like. He's already shaking hands with Robbie Loomis. There's car owner Rick Hendrick. I may not need to do an interview. I'm trying, I really am. Hey. Welcome home.
Thank you. Oh, God. So thankful. I tell you, you know, I just wanted it really bad.
You wanted this night race at Bristol bad.
You know, I did want that, but I just wanted to take advantage of an opportunity. These guys gave me such an awesome race car, great pit stops all day, all night long, and you know, they deserve a win. We don't deserve to be written about our losing streak. So thank God that's over. I really just want to thank God for everything, getting us through so much. You know, these guys stuck together. This is going to do so much for this race team. Let me thank DuPont and GMAC, Quaker State, Pepsi, Fritos. Everybody just makes this thing happen. Haas, EDS. We're so fortunate. Lowe's, Chevrolet. It's just been an amazing night. I mean, I feel like this is the first time I've ever won.
How about the pass of Rusty, Jeff?
Yeah, you know, he got bottled up in some traffic, and I knew if I could get to him, you know, I could make a move, and he got real loose, shut the door on me, and once he shut the door on me, I said, all right, you know, fair game right there. So, you know, I got into him a little bit. He got loose, and I hope he'll understand tomorrow.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Jeff Gordon, winner of tonight's Sharpie 500, his first victory in the night race here at Bristol. Let's go back to Dave Burns.
Well, Kevin just got a little information here. What happened with your car at the end, Kevin?
Just congratulations to Jeff Gordon, man. I know how he feels when you're down and everybody's thanks, Joey. Everybody's kicking you, but that's awesome.
Here are the final results from tonight's Sharpie 500 at Bristol. Jeff Gordon scoring the victory, his first since last September. Oh, but look who's up to third.
Jeff Gordon gained 2 spots, only 111 behind Sterling Marlin.
He gained 39 points tonight, VP.
That's pretty strong.
Yep. Well, we told you emotions and temper would control tonight. We also had a whale of a finish, too. And in the end, Jeff Gordon is off to Schneid. He's got his first victory of 2002.